This car right here is called Hyundai Genesis 2016. Rational people will compare this Genesis with the all-new Chevy Impala, Chrysler 300 and Toyota Avalon. The fact is, with an equivalent equipment and engine size, they all come at nearly 40 grand. Meanwhile, the expectations from Hyundai are way higher. They insist on ranking this car on the same level as the Audi A6, BMW 5 Series, and Benz E. In fact, after going throughout this car right here, I think Hyundai is right. But at the same time, rational people aren't mistaken. Maybe this car sits right in between mid-range big saloons and high-end small saloons. Does it make sense? Right in between the Chrysler 300 and the Benz E. Okay, let's put it this way. If you had a choice between the Chevy Impala, Chrysler 300, Genesis, or the Avalon, which one would you get? Personally, I would have to go for the 300 just because, in a sense, it's a true muscle car. No one can really compete with the Chrysler 300, especially not in the SRT8 version. In the second place, I would rank the Genesis, then the Avalon, and finally the Impala. The Impala being at the bottom of the list just because I'm angry at it. You know, not only the engine is mounted transverse instead of lengthwise, you know, parallel with the frame, it's a front wheel drive. Impala is claiming to be a muscle car without having the right heart in the right direction. Anyway, back to the Genesis. As soon as you sit in it, well, especially in the back, you realize you're past the mid-range big saloon. This is definitely a feeling you won't find in the Chrysler 300, not even in the Benz E. For a few seconds, I felt sitting in a Benz S-Class. And then, even after looking around, touching stuff, switches, leather, fabric, all is high-end quality, I'm afraid. So, after all, I think it's unfair to rank the Genesis right in between the Chrysler 300 and the Mercedes-Benz E. I think this Genesis is simply starting an all-new pedigree. Downright. Which means the third generation must and will be breathtaking. Just wait for it. You choose either between a V6 311 horsepower or a V8 420 horsepower. Designers have done a great job on this car. When you look at it, it feels fresh. Fashion wise, it's up to date. Now, the cheapest Genesis start off about 40 grand, and there is luxury options. For example, add in about 5 grand and you get acoustically laminated glass, panoramic sunroof, and lots of other cool stuff that you may not really need. Did I mention that in Canada the only drivetrain available is 4x4? And in the USA you do still have the choice between rear-wheel drive or 4x4. Now, the Impala should really watch and learn something over here. So, this is a Hyundai Genesis 2016. That was my review. Thank you for watching and see you next time.